Nathan Sterling, a man known for his immense fortune and sharp business acumen, lived a life most could only dream of. But despite his billionaire status, Nathan had always valued humility and connection over extravagance. His philosophy was simple. No matter how high you rise, you should never forget your roots. However, life has a way of humbling even the most prepared. During a business trip to a small foreign city, Nathan found himself in an unexpected and dangerous situation. One evening, as he walked back to his hotel after a long meeting, he was cornered in a dimly lit alley. Before he could react, a group of masked thieves surrounded him, demanding his belongings. In a matter of moments, Nathan lost everything: his wallet, passport, phone, and even the watch on his wrist. They left him stranded, disoriented, and without a way to contact anyone for help. As he stumbled back onto the main street, the reality of his situation sank in. He was alone in a foreign place, with no identification, no money, and no one to turn to. The city, which had seemed vibrant and welcoming earlier, now felt cold and indifferent. People rushed past him on the street, too absorbed in their own lives to notice the disheveled man who looked out of place. Nathan approached a few passers-by, explaining his situation and asking for help, but he was met with wary glances and quick refusals. To them, he was just another stranger with a sob story. As the night wore on, Nathan grew more desperate. The once busy streets began to empty, and the cold wind bit through his thin coat. His stomach growled with hunger, and his legs felt like they could give out at any moment. Just when he was about to lose hope, he spotted a small diner at the corner of the street. Its neon sign flickered faintly, and the warm light from inside offered a glimmer of solace. Nathan hesitated for a moment, unsure if he could bear another rejection, but his hunger and exhaustion pushed him forward. He opened the door, and the soft chime of the bell announced his entrance. The smell of freshly brewed coffee and sizzling food greeted him, momentarily lifting his spirits. Inside, the diner was modest but cozy, with checkered tablecloths and a handful of customers quietly enjoying their meals. Nathan chose a seat in the far corner, trying not to draw attention to himself. A young waitress, Lily, approached his table with a friendly smile. She looked to be in her early 20s, with a kind face that radiated warmth. "Hi there. Welcome to Rosie's Diner. What can I get you tonight?" Nathan hesitated, unsure of how to explain his situation without sounding suspicious. Finally, he took a deep breath and spoke. I'm sorry, but I don't have any money. I was robbed earlier tonight, and I'm stranded here. I just need some help to get back home." Lily's smile didn't waver, though her eyes softened with concern. She glanced around, making sure no one else was listening, before leaning in slightly. "That's awful. Are you okay? Did you call the police?" "I tried, but they couldn't do much without my ID or phone," Nathan admitted. "I just need a little help to get through the night. I'll figure out the rest tomorrow." Lily straightened up and gave him a reassuring nod. "Stay right here. I'll be back in a minute." Nathan watched as she disappeared behind the counter. A few moments later, she returned with a steaming plate of food and a cup of coffee. She set them down in front of him with a kind smile. "Here you go. Don't worry about the bill. It's on me." Nathan stared at the plate, overwhelmed by her kindness. "Thank you. I don't even know how to repay you." Lily shrugged, her smile never fading. "You don't have to. Sometimes people just need a little help. If I were in your shoes, I'd hope someone would do the same for me." After Nathan finished his meal, Lily slipped him an envelope. "It's not much, but this should help you get to your consulate, or wherever you need to go." Nathan opened the envelope to find a few crumpled bills inside. He looked up at her, speechless. "You're giving me your own money?" Lily nodded. "You need it more than I do right now. Just promise me one thing." "What's that?" Nathan asked, his voice thick with emotion. "Pay it forward someday," she said with a wink. As Nathan left the diner that night, her words echoed in his mind. He promised himself that if he ever got the chance, he would repay her kindness tenfold. But for now, he walked into the night with renewed hope, carrying the memory of the young waitress who had reminded him of the power of compassion. Little did Lily know, The stranger she had helped was not just another lost soul, but one of the wealthiest men in the world. And Nathan was determined to keep that secret, at least for now. Months had passed since Nathan Sterling's unexpected encounter with Lily at Rosie's diner. Back in his world of towering skyscrapers and high-stakes business deals, he hadn't forgotten the kindness she had shown him. Her face, her words, and her generosity lingered in his mind. Nathan had everything: wealth, power, and influence. But that night, Lily had reminded him of something far more valuable: the simple beauty of human kindness. One sunny afternoon, as Nathan was being driven through the bustling city streets in his black luxury car, he caught sight of a familiar figure walking along the sidewalk. It was Lily. She wasn't wearing her diner uniform, and she looked tired, her shoulders slumped and her head low. Intrigued and concerned, Nathan asked his driver to pull over. He rolled down the tinted window and called out, "Lily." Startled, Lily turned toward the car, squinting at the man inside. She didn't recognize him immediately. After all, Nathan had looked much different that night at the diner, disheveled and out of place. Now, he was sharply dressed in a tailored suit, his presence commanding and polished. "Do I know you?" Lily asked cautiously, taking a step closer to the car. Nathan smiled. "You might not remember me, but I remember you. You helped me when I was in trouble. Can I give you a ride somewhere?" Lily hesitated, unsure whether to accept the offer. She glanced at the expensive car and then at Nathan's kind face. Something about him seemed trustworthy, so she nodded. "All right, I guess I could use a ride." As the car pulled away from the curb, Nathan asked, "You look upset. Is everything all right?" Lily sighed, her voice heavy with frustration. "Not really. I lost my job at the diner a few days ago. They said business was slowing down and they couldn't afford to keep everyone. I've been looking for work, but it's hard to find anything decent." Nathan listened intently, his heart sinking. He could see the stress in her eyes and the weight she carried on her shoulders. This was the moment he had been waiting for, the chance to repay her kindness in a way that would truly change her life. "I might have a solution for you," Nathan said after a moment. Lily looked at him, puzzled. "A solution? What do you mean?" Nathan smiled but didn't reveal too much. "Let's just say I have a job opportunity for someone with a good heart and a strong work ethic. But first, I'd like to invite you to my home. I think it'll make more sense once you're there." Lily raised an eyebrow, suspicious. "Your home? Why would someone like you offer me a job? You don't even know me." Nathan chuckled softly. "Trust me, Lily. I know enough about you to know you deserve this." Reluctantly, Lily agreed. She had nothing to lose, after all.